Hey y'all, how about a part two of Broken Down but Not Broke? I want to tell you how it actually happened. So when I posted the video, I said, okay, the people are supposed to be there in 2 hours. I would say that that was around noon, maybe. But no, 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 no. It had to be around, it was later than that. So maybe about three. I think it was about three, somewhere around there, when the car first broke down. And then when I was doing the video, it was like, and they said they'd be here in 2 hours. No show, call back somebody else. Um, you're next on the list. I look up and see where the guy is on the map. He's like 15 minutes from us. This dude, he canceled out our tow. Didn't call us, didn't do anything. Canceled our tow. We called him to see, well, what's going on, because it was two tows out there. Ours was first, and then they had another one that came up. We think and believe that he went and got that other person and then decided he wasn't coming to get us. So they wound up having to outsource to another tow company. That person came and got us, and on my only prayer was, Lord, let him come before it gets completely dark out here, because no animals were moving around during the day. We only saw a couple of birds, so I don't know what might creep out at night, and we're in the middle of the mountains. So the Lord answered our prayer as far as that goes. But we were sitting on the side of the highway for 6 hours. Tow truck driver load up, all of that, take us back down to the next town where we're supposed to be able to catch a shuttle back to Las Vegas airport. He took us to a place that was closed. Shuttles wasn't running. You couldn't even get in the building. He said, I'm just going to go park the truck around back and I'll be back to check on y'all, make sure the Uber gets you. We had seen no hair, no tail of that person ever again coming to check on us or anything. So we called the people. This tow truck driver done just dropped us off somewhere. There's no service here. So what y'all gonna do? And do either of y'all use Uber? Yes, I use Uber. Okay, I'm going to send you a voucher for Uber. The Uber will take you back to Las Vegas so that you can get the rental car. Um, of course, the rental car was better than what we had. Thank God that we had no problems out of that. And also thankful because we've been looking at possible SUVs for my wife. So this gave her an opportunity to try something out to see how she liked it and what features she liked, what features she don't like. So we'll know when we get ready to purchase kind of the things to look for her. Uh, so after 20 minutes, the Uber guy came and he took us to the Vegas airport. Uh, he didn't seem too comfortable driving, though he was doing it. So I was praying for him, pray that he gets comfort in doing that job if that's what he's going to do. Because there's a few times where he was drifting in the other lane, but his eyes were straight. He wasn't fiddling with anything. And so I don't know if he was just nervous. Uh, I'll just say I don't know if he was nervous or what about driving that far at night. I don't know. He looked old enough that he should be okay being out there, but he also had a young, he was young as well. And I don't know if that's the furthest he driven or what. It wasn't like it was a lot of traffic or anything. He just kind of gave off like he was kind of unsure about his driving or something. So hopefully, I pray he overcomes that. He got us there safely. Um, Sat for a while. I don't know if he was just trying to get his directions together or just try to take a little break from that 2 hour drive. Some people will try to wait, as far as what I understand, with some Uber drivers, if they're near an area and somebody's going back to the area that they actually want to end in, then they usually will look for a ride like that. So we got the rental car. It was midnight, right around midnight, a little bit past. There was a restaurant not too far from the hotel, so we went and got the hotel. Went and got something to eat. Might have got something to eat first, and then went to the hotel. I can't remember which now. Um, but so I think it was saying like it was a 3 to a 4 star hotel. No, it wasn't. It probably should have been a 1.5 or 2, just based on the upgrades that they need, stained carpet and stuff like that. It's just not a good look. The room itself, it was a nice sized room. Um, Very particular about checking the sheets. Matter of fact, I was telling my wife we need to start packing the sheets so that we can have a barrier. So if they not cleaning good or whatever the case may be, we have that barrier there. But we know not to stay in that hotel, or we won't mess with that branch of hotels because of that experience. Um, but we made it through the night, had a little breakfast, and headed out to Utah again and made it there. Met up with my buddy, uh, good friend I've known since I can't remember. I think some of for sure middle school and on up. I'm trying to remember because I know he was with us for a while, and then he left and lived with his dad in another state. And then he came back when he was in the ninth grade. And so it was just like he wasn't gone. We picked right back up. We'd be, for school, well, if we were going to skip the first part of school, and we go watch the Flintstones or some cartoon or something, the Jetsons, and I'm telling my age, I'm 53. I don't, it's a blessing. And so we watch those cartoons and stuff, and then eat Fruit Loops or Fruity Pebbles, and then we make our way to the school. They live like right off of the street that the school was down, so we weren't that far. So we go to school. Yeah, I'm telling stuff about my past. We all got a past. We all had things that we had to overcome, and we skipped school the first part of the day many a times, just watching cartoons and just watching cartoons, taking a nap, and then going to school a little bit late or whatever. um, I wasn't the best student. I could have done much better. I only did good when I wanted to. That's why I try to spend a lot of times talking with children and trying to encourage them to do the best they can while they can, and try to support kids who don't have support. My mom had to work at night, so she wasn't able to help me with any homework if I needed help. The thing is, a lot of things that was before me, um, I really didn't have to study for, or I could go over it the night before and I could ace the test. Uh, but a lot of times I just wasn't doing what I should have been doing. I didn't have the desire and I didn't have anybody pushing me. So you have to learn. So I had to get to a place where I had to learn. I got to push myself. And I wish I had done it earlier. I wish I had done it more. Uh, But nonetheless, I'm still blessed. God is still good. Um, Maybe it wasn't meant for me to do whatever it is that I was going to do. I went to college in 2 years, but I got more than 3.5 years done. All I had left was my internship, and um, I had one class, I think, in my internship, and I would have had my bachelor's degree in psychology and sociology. And the company I was working for at the time, they were supposed to pay half, and I pay the rest, and they didn't. They just decided they weren't going to pay. Shortly thereafter, I went and got another job, and so I didn't go back to school to finish. That's something that I wish I had done, but it's not anything to beat myself up for, as I do offer uh, pastoral counseling as well when people are in need. So I am probably going to get another phone so that I can put a number out there uh, where if anyone needs prayer, anyone needs prayer, they need to talk, um, and they need to talk in confidence. Please pass that number along. I'll try to get it. I'm probably going to need 2 weeks to get settled. My mom didn't want a funeral. She just wanted people to come by that loved her and for us to love on each other. That's what she wanted. I had asked her and made sure she had told my sister or brother what it was that she wished. She didn't have to repeat it to me again. I didn't want, her to talk much. We were winding down to that time to where, um, man, she was so strong. Um, she was the day before she passed. At one time, she had did like 3 sit-ups, pulling herself. We had to get a hospital bed put in the last night before she died because she was still trying to get up. And she actually did get up a couple of days before that and thought she could make it to the restroom, but she fell. And thankfully, there was a big curtain there, and it kind of braced her a little bit from a fall. So she said her shoulder was a little sore, but that was all that happened. So we thank God for taking care of her because I had prayed, I bought her a cane and I know she didn't want to use it. I said, Mom, it doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're old. It means you just need a little support. But she would carry it. She wouldn't even put it on the ground. She'd say, I'm gonna take my cane with me. And she did like this and she carried it. Now mind you, she's weak, but she's pushing on. She kind of do a little hesitation, a little step, but she make it to the bathroom. I'm in the kitchen, so when she come out the bathroom, I can be near her. And I'm glad that the Lord had me to do that because she got to a place where it looked like she might stumble back or something. And I was there to put my hand to keep her upright. And then she made her way back to the corner of the sofa where she would sit at. But I found her drifting a lot in her thoughts. So I knew it would not be long. And I think people that know me know my pattern for when I'm visiting sick people. And when I start coming in more, that means that time is coming nigh for that person to leave. And I've been doing that the last few years. I don't know how many years. I can at least go back 8 years uh, because that was when one of my aunts uh, got sick and was hospitalized after her sister passed. She got sick. And so I made sure. I will make sure to go visit the sick and the elderly in my community. Uh, would love to do it here where I am. We don't know very many people, but as we begin to know others, then we are forming relationships, spiritual relationships. Don't have much time for anything else. We have to have positive people. We have to have people who believe in Christ around us and speaking into us and us speaking into them so that we can help support each other, so we can help build each other up, and we give all glory and honor to God. But yes, the strength that my mom had was amazing. Um, the faith that she had in God and trust in Him. We talked about it until she really couldn't say anything else. So we just quote scriptures. And this is something that I've always said I wanted if I find myself in a hospital, if I'm in a coma or something happened and I can't talk, I can do. The people that know me read the word to me, sing or put some music on for me because I'm a worshiper. I love worship music. And that's what my desire would be, is for you to do the things that you know I would be doing. I would be studying and I would be listening to some music. And so that is what I would want done. And I am so happy because a lot of times people are sick, people don't know what to say. And because that person can't talk, they just sit up and they stare at the person. I don't want nobody sitting up staring at me, so I don't want to sit up and stare at nobody. So if I'm looking at my mom, then I'm saying something. I love you, mom. We start thinking about the scripture where Jesus said, I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, you may be also. If this was not true, would I have not told you? He would have told you it. He wouldn't have said it if it wasn't true, that he had went to prepare a place in his father's house. There are many rooms or many mansions. You can't even imagine what heaven looks like. Reading in Revelations and listening to and reading what is transpiring in heaven, the angels that are assigned to go around the throne room and say, Holy is the Lamb, always worshiping Him. And I believe that covers the gap for when we're not doing what we need to do, or when we think we don't have enough time to do certain things, or maybe sometimes we do run out of time. And sometimes it's about prioritizing things too. So we're all a work in progress, y'all. Just do the best you can. Lean on the Lord, depend on Him, trust in Him, partner with somebody that loves the Lord, partner with somebody that is where you want to be, or they're heading down the road you want to head down. Follow them down that righteous path. And if they stumble, you help them. If you stumble, they help you. That's how we're supposed to be as God's children, helping one another, not fussing, not fighting, no jealousy, no envy, no hatred, none of those things. But we can't control people. So there's going to be discord. What you do is maintain your peace, maintain your joy, maintain your relationship with God. Everybody's not for you. Everybody's not going to be in your camp. And it's okay. God's got who He's got for you. He's got who He's got for them. And if we could just lose that, this is mine, nothing's yours. The gifts we have are God's. That's why we're to glorify Him with the gifts. The life we have is His. He gave us life. He breathed life into us. So how can the thing that was created not honor the Creator? That's what we were made to do, to honor the Creator, to follow the Creator, to do the things that He's told and showed us to do. If we do that, let's do it bit by bit, day by day. so that we can be better together. In Jesus' name, be blessed. I hope you find humor where I find it. There's no need for gloom and doom over things that you can't change. And then for the things that you learn that you can change, you make those changes at that time. God bless you. I love you. He loves you more.